Welcome to the Blue Cafe Stories. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal and redemption. Please like and subscribe if you are enjoying what you are hearing. Now on to today's story. Papers signed. Got disclosure more or less. Update. Hello. I met with her and her lawyer today. I didn't get everything I wanted, but I got enough. We signed for an uncontested divorce. It will be official in about 2 months. That's the good news. I feel some relief from this, but really sad about the whole thing. First off, she did not or could not look at me through almost the entire proceeding. I'm not going to pretend to know what was going through her mind, but I would like to think she didn't have the balls to look me in the eye. She got a decent lawyer, at least he knew he got handed a dog's dinner. They asked if reconciliation was possible, and we did dangle it even though it is not possible. We asked for full disclosure of what she did. He had already had her write it out. What she wrote down, however, was less than what I already know. I read what she wrote down, and conveniently, the two fellas I didn't know the identity of were not included in it. My lawyer produced stills from the camera footage. Who's this? And who's this? Well, she wasn't very forthcoming with him either. They asked us to step out. We did. I didn't catch every word, but he didn't sound pleased. When we came back in, I got a more truthful version. The two guys were online hookups and very recent. She'd been having an affair with FD for more or less the whole time I've known her. She said she broke it off with him sometime after I proposed and until about a year into our marriage. I think I believe her on that. I mean, I shouldn't believe anything she says, but I did ask if she was ever faithful during our marriage. She started banging FP, my co-worker, Amber's husband, on July 4th of 2019. We had a 4th barbecue and she gave him a blowjob then, at my house. While I was there. Said she didn't love him, she just got off on it. During this year she just got bolder and started hooking up with random guys from online sites. I'm pretty sure she probably had some parking lot hookups and such, but I didn't press on that. I asked the attorneys to give us the room for a bit. Because I wanted to ask for some private stuff. They walked out. I asked her why. Not why she cheated, why she married me. Why didn't she say no? She said she loved me. Hair. Great way of showing it. She wanted to be married. She wanted security. I was good in bed. But she's loved FD for 10 years. He wasn't leaving his wife and her clock was ticking. So I was a meal ticket basically. She said I made her happy, but she wanted what she wanted. For those asking, they have both been fired. Amber raised hell at work. I didn't need to make a stink about anything. SDBXW is living with her parents. I don't know what FD and Mrs. FD are doing. I was told it is none of my business. I think he is trying to stay married. If he stays married, I may have to give him a beating. I asked if there was anything else I ought to know. She told me she got an abortion 2 years ago because she didn't know who the father was. Wow. That was a low blow. In the beginning we tried to have a kid, but we opted for the quit trying and enjoy the sex approach. I would have loved to have another kid. Like a daughter I could spoil rotten. I had unprotected sex with my wife damn near daily. There's a huge chance this kid was mine. I will never know? This was enough to make me get up and walk out. Y'all can talk about a bullet dodged. I'm just thinking she killed my child. If anyone here has ever done any boxing, there's a point where the blows just keep coming but you don't feel them. I mean, they're doing damage, but it doesn't hurt like the first few punches. It's just too much and you get numb to them. This is where I am at. She could tell me she started the Chicago fire and I would not be surprised. I called the lawyers back in. Told mine to go to Plan B. Plan B is I took my demand for alimony off of the table. I want the divorce agreement uncontested and signed. This is the fastest way. I wanted to say condition 2 to reconcile was for her to unduck all those other men, you know, something impossible, but there's no point top being clever here. Ain't gonna lie, the abortion has me rattled. I don't want a monthly reminder of this woman even in the form of a paycheck. So at 5:43 p.m., she signed. In around 2 months it will be official. I keep my house, my retirement funds, all my property, no alimony for either of us. She gets $73,000 from our savings, is not to contact me ever, and we are done. I do not care what happens to her now. I don't want to know what she'll do. I don't care. For her own good and anyone she meets in the future, I hope she goes to a shrink. But I am done giving a shit about this woman. I, in no way, feel like a weight has been lifted off of me. I've eaten a shit sandwich and this is all I can taste. I've had nothing to be happy about for 3 months, and I am not happy now. I don't see that in my future, like at all. That abortion has been on my mind since she said it. I think it's going to be in there for a long time. I don't know what I am going to do in the immediate future or long term. Maybe when this is all finalized I'll feel some kind of release. I don't know. Right now, I just want to be left alone. No more or ma'am, so sorry to hear that or any of that. Right now I just want quiet. This whole time I've been thinking about everything I've ever done and I don't see anywhere where I have done right, only where I've gone wrong. I know this is an awful mindset to have, but it's what I'm left with. All I can say is at least I got to keep my stuff this time. But I won't be doing this again. It's always very amusing when you can show opposing counsel that their client is lying to them. It's even better when you can do it in front of a judge. Actually, that's fun, but the judge is expecting it. Too many attorneys are inexperienced enough to give away when they realize the client lied to them. My judge was taken aback and grew quite angry with my ex. Check out my post history for the one about my ex learning to not ignore a summons. I read that was nuts. Oh, I had read your posts in the past. That was crazy, my dude. Your story was epic. I'm so sorry she did that to you. Hugs from Canada. Thanks for the kind words, thoughts and virtual hugs. You're welcome, and I want you to know you deserve better, and I believe one day you will meet someone who will treat you right. Just take it one day at a time. Thanks again. It would be nice to have someone to watch sunsets with. One day at a time is how I live my life. I'm 6 years out from D-Day, and life is as good as I can expect from 2020. You take care too. Dumbest ducking thing any ducking idiot can do is lie or withhold info from their attorney. Op, thank you for sharing your story, as brutal as it was. Take your time processing this new information. Some people have found holding a type of ceremony for the child they lost to be helpful. It can be private and only involve you. Some people write a letter or something like that. It's a way to let those painful, mournful words out. And remember, you didn't do this. You didn't cause this. It's all on her. Go easy on yourself. This is your Shawshank escape. You were in a prison you never knew, and now you're standing alone and covered in shit. It's difficult to see anything other than the muck and mire that is all over, but you have been freed from a terrible confinement. It doesn't mean there aren't scars. It doesn't mean that only good times are ahead. But you have laid all the groundwork to move on to some place, any place, other than back inside. And that cannot be a bad thing. Your story is pretty amazing, and you have made one good move after another. Your only worry should be about you and your son. As hard as it is, you cannot waste energy and time thinking about things that are already done. No more what-ifs. Forward. Get that shit off you and get busy living. The rest will sort itself. Breathe. I agree. Very well put. Every month, the pain will notch down even if only a smidge. One day you will look back at this and be glad you got out. You might not feel glad today, but you have that to look forward to. Sending good warm wishes. Sending healing energy your way. My ex-husband had 13 abortions and 3 outside children, so I get it. He also broke my jaw when I told him that divorce was imminent. This happened 4 years ago. Time brings about healing. Get a good therapist and forgive yourself. You deserve to heal. Girl, flushed face, I've been through a lot. That is an understatement. At op, just wow. I am stunned just reading your story, and here, you lived it. Good luck op. Please make sure that your will and insurance has been updated. She's a piece of ducking trash. So goddamn true. You will heal, dude. I've been cheated horribly, had a depressing separation. After a couple of years all of it will be only memory and learning. Eventually you will understand that there was nothing you could have done. It's like being struck by lightning or getting bitten by a shark, there's no preparation. You can avoid as much as you like, but in the end it might happen anyway. The universe, more specifically the cheater, did that to you. Be thankful your health and wealth are somewhat preserved. A few tips: don't get commitment phobia, take your time before dating again. If you realize you are better single, like I did, fill your everyday life with self-improvements, learn German, go surfing, take acting classes, whatever. Best luck. I have not faced the cheating but maybe can help you on the abortion. My wife and I lost 2 children during pregnancy. She became seriously ill and both her and the children would have died, late first term, early second term. No way to save babies. In memory of them and to have a type of connection, I made 2 small baby chairs for them to sit in. They are about 10 inches tall and sit on a shelf so they can see most of our living room and kitchen. They get to watch us and their sisters we did have, and we get to remember them and keep them a part of us. It will take some time for the feeling of loss to ease, but this helped me to connect, for lack of a better word, to them. Their sisters ask about them, play with them and fight about who gets to care for them when we pass away. If this idea will help you in any way, it is my gift to you from me and my 2 special ones. God bless you. Read through everything and was holding my breath. I can't imagine how blasé she must have sounded when she told you she had an abortion. If I was a guy and knew that we were trying, that would rattle me too. God, I have no words. I hope you get the peace you're searching for. Sending you my best. There is nothing any one of us could say to make you feel better right now. Please stay away from alcohol and drugs for some time. Find ways to let your emotions out and don't start to bottle them up. Like you said, all you experienced during the recent 3 months was pain, so not getting more of that is a good thing. Tell your friends that they shall not tell you anything about your STBXW, no matter what it is, good or bad. At best, they shouldn't even mention what happened the next time. You will let them know when you are ready to talk about this. I think it would do you some good to escape to somewhere else for a bit of time. Look if you have the time and money for an extended vacation to somewhere you never were before. A place where nothing reminds you constantly of the past. I wish you all the best. Stay strong. Considering all the screwing around she was busy with, I wouldn't make the assumption the aborted child was yours. She was cheating on you with your co-worker's husband regularly since before she met you. Likely it was his. I don't say this to hurt you, but consider the following. The calculating kind of woman your wife is would use your child to her advantage. She wants security, and nothing like a child will put a better hold over a husband. So if the child was really yours, then why abort it? Sure, she claims she doesn't know who fathered the child, but I don't believe that is likely in her case. Are you sure your ex-wife is even fertile? She has been screwing foot, or FP, for 10 years. She either kept on top of her birth control or she is sterile. This is why I doubt the child was yours if there was a child. She lied to you right from the start. Why would she confess now she had an abortion? She knows you would like another child, so why not offer you just one more mind duck before you go, or just one more lie to the pile you have been told from the beginning? You have managed a better escape than most from such a spouse legally. But I very much doubt you have heard the last of her. I agree with this post. I think she was mind effing with you. You had a prenup, and a kid would mean keeping you around for good. This was I the only one who had to go through comment history to catch up. That was a roller coaster ride. I'm so sorry to hear about that, only saying this because it's my first time reading your story. I can't even believe there is someone so evil like her. But, I'm glad that you have the full truth and was able to get out of this lie. To think that some people still lives with people like her and don't even know, makes me sick. You are, in a way, free now, and that is a blessing. Duck the full truth. Needing closure is a lack of acceptance in disguise. Yes, they are very evil, even more so he dodged a big bullet, trust me. This will not make you feel any better, but it's out there and it will never leave until. If you ever run into FD again in the future, you'll want to stomp his ass. I recommend you shake his hand and thank him for saving your life. He won't know what to think, but at least you will have shifted the burden of guilt over to him. Your ex is a lost soul and will never recover. You, on the other hand, have done many things right in your life, and someday, if you want it, you can share your stuff with a beautiful soul who will love you and only you. In his shoes, I'd forget about women as anything other than casual fun. Yes, great advice, don't hurt yourself by trying to hurt the AP. The AP has received his just desserts and more are coming his via karma. You don't need to sully yourself with his baggage. Brutal, but am glad you're out. I never sparred that hard, but I can find a similar analogy on the BJJ/wrestling mats. I highly suggest working out a shitten if you don't already, and finding a good therapist. Onward. Re the abortion. Consider that may have been said to hurt you. It is possible it never happened. Also, how likely was it that she could have undergone something like that without you being aware of her having some time off to heal? This is possible. I've been rummaging around in my head trying to remember when she might have been ill or if I was away for work to train other techs. I know I shouldn't do this and just roll with the punch and move on, but it is bothering the hell out of me. Hackay, what's your gut telling you? Was it true or not? I know you don't believe anything that comes out from her mouth, and rightly so, but do you think she lied, given the circumstances? She lied to you from the very start of your relationship. Give yourself the gift of believing this is a lie as well. I hope brighter days are ahead for you. Keep moving and keep your head up. Best relief? Go to the gym, work hard, make good friends, your body transformed, then your confidence increasing. God see your loyalty and true love. In future definitely you will get best life partner, and stay single for a while. Bravo! Sending you my best. I'm happy that the legal side is nearly finished and you get to walk away with most of your assets intact. I hope with time you can eventually trust again, and be open to being loved and loving, but after what you've been dragged through I know that won't be an easy feat. But just know you do deserve love and respect. Take this time to heal and better yourself and bond with your kid and start afresh. All the best to you going forward, and I hope that today is the final day of unwanted surprises and that you never have to deal with your psycho ex again. Damn. Cannot unsee things, unhear things. Well, all you can do is move forward. Best of luck. Damn, best of luck for the future. Thank God you're not married to this horrible and pathetic excuse for a woman, wife and human being, and my condolences for the loss of your child due to her evil, selfish choices. I'll pray for you to find peace and hope you get better in your life. Update us if you can. God bless. It's always darkest before dawn. Stay blessed. Wow, such a sad story all around. Sounds like your STBXW is very damaged. I hope you get some therapy. I can relate in some ways, though your STBX sounds like an even more extreme case than my WS. When she was late, she talked to AP about getting an abortion, but then she got her period, so at least we dodged that bullet. Take care of yourself. Definitely give yourself time to grieve. You did it, man, right thing through and through. You need to go to a psychologist, no question. It's the only way to get the proper mental tools to move on and heal, as far as I know. Have a divorce party and celebrate when you're finally free, onward and upward. I'm so sorry you are going through this. I know that the last blow had to hurt, and it will continue to hurt for a long time. Like you, I'm not sure that's a pain I could ever get over. Work on yourself, keep her far away from you, let time heal you. Thrift, brother. Phew, what a detailed recitation of a horrible process. Without kids between you, you'll be able to let it all fade away until the memory of her is a weird caricature. You deserve quiet? And no, I'm not reading that you didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes people just change and become monsters. I don't know why, but it happens sometimes. This is going to hurt? Apologies. In time, you will understand? You are lucky to be rid of a woman who does that with someone you know at a friendly barbecue at home. That is disgraceful and way beneath you. Don't let your anger allow you to do the same to someone else's husband. Didn't come out right. Don't take revenge on another man by doing his wife. Best wishes. You've got the rest of your life to make an impact on this world. Doesn't need to be in a big way. Personally, I find planting trees to be cathartic. Society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in. That's one of the first quotes I wrote in my journal to my son. I hope it brings you some solace. If there really are evil people in this world, I think she fits that description well. I am so glad to hear you are getting away from her without having to pay her alimony. I think after you are divorced, I would put a restraining order against her and the other people. The last thing you need while trying to close this chapter of your life is to have them causing you more heartache. I can use this as evidence of why I will never get married. Along with the other 100,000 exhibits. In a few months you'll start seeing that you're wrong about not ever being happy again. All the best. Did you make sure to let her know that your dick works, just not for her? Yes. Yes, I did. Take care of yourself, spend time with your son, bug him to give you that grandchild to spoil. Oh hell no? I'm not going to do that. He's 13. And his mother would probably come down here to kill me herself. Oh shit, sorry, I thought I read he was in his 20s. We'll time for that hot rod project then, smiley face. I have to agree with you about having a conversation with FD if he manages to stay married. He deserves, as does your ex, a visit from the legions of hell. I can't believe she was able to get $73,000 for cheating as compensation. How effed up is our society and law? At Spurs_Jericho. So true. Looking at the situation, the BOSS paid her $73,000 to just go away. How bad of a person do you have to be where you are paid a year's salary for most people to leave? I agree, it's a gigantic absurdity. She should be the one paying for the shit show she herself created. What a shame. Well, you don't go into a marriage contract to get nothing at the end. Cheating isn't seen as a reason to completely forfeit your financials in a marriage. I would say it's a win to opt that he got the house, retirement, etc., and 73k is mild for what she could have tried to push for, and drag out the divorce and thus opts mental health. Well, you don't go into a marriage contract to get nothing at the end. When you go into the marriage contract, which, remember, usually includes forsaking all others, with no intention of upholding the terms of said contract, I don't think your reasoning holds up. She put nothing into that relationship, financially for certain, emotionally likely as well, so she should have gotten nothing out. She committed fraud in the inducement by making promises to opt with zero intention of keeping them. A shit sandwich is no good no matter how you look at it. But surviving it, the stark contrast makes any other sandwich appetizing. The movies and series show this, that kind of evil with people who go through it. What adultery has nothing beautiful, love, it steals lives, has consequences for people who pay the price, and are often blamed for it. Jesus. I'm so sorry. She's a ducking monster. I'm glad you got out of there. Also, if I could ask, what happened in your first marriage, because that sounds hella ducked too. Still my best of wishes to you. Also, duck your fake friend Amber and her husband. It amazes me how many people would prefer to remain a side piece, marry a beard, but is still trying to prove they should be number one in the loser's life. In the end, that's what they get, is a loser's life. If you don't mind me asking, whatever happened to your first wife? No idea. I went North Carolina with her pretty much immediately and stayed North Carolina. Anyone who tried to inform me about her got shushed pretty quick. I paid my alimony, finished paying it, and then moved to Texas. I've occasionally imagined that she is a grizzled old barfly now. One can dream, right? But I've not thought much about her, well, at least until this happened. I see. Sorry, what happened with your brother? Whatever happens to you, BC of this. Please don't ever lose your dark humor. It keeps you sane, I guess. Summing up, as far as I remember, please correct me if I'm wrong, his first wife cheated on him with his brother. It happened in the 90s. He didn't speak with the brother for a long time, and he's dead now, and he doesn't know his ex-wife's current status. A few years ago I went to a luncheon put on by a group that promotes ethics in business. The speaker started his talk asking the audience to define evil, then gave us a few moments to discuss among ourselves. The best answer that came out of the short's discussions was unmitigated selfishness. Since then, that's been my working definition of evil. Over the years, I've read about many marital situations where adultery is an issue. In the vast majority of them, I would have said that while the offending part was selfish, they weren't necessarily evil. From what you've written here, with the reasons your STBX has given, this fits my definition of evil. I'm so sorry you're in this situation. For your sake, I'm glad this is over for you, and I hope and pray that healing will come soon. Godspeed, Op. As a writer, editor, and former librarian, I approve this message. As well as Oxford commas. Smile, thanks for making my day. In my experience, there are never any former librarians. You may not work in a library, but I bet everything in your house is catalogued, and readily accessible, perhaps even digitized. You might be onto something. I do have my books ordered by genre, politics, religion, poetry, philosophy, classics, etc. I haven't gone as far as doing the Dewey Decimal though. I am running out of space and saving for a new bookcase. It will be my third. I love to write in the margins and highlight passages in my books, which is a cardinal sin to many people. But I will never, ever dog-ear a page. That is unforgivable, smiley face. I taught writing for years and I feel stupid because I had to look up Oxford comma. I've never liked the comma with the final item when listing them using and. I always felt it should just be left alone. When I was teaching writing, it was being debated. Nowadays I see commas being used again. Edit, I'm guessing my comma in the one sentence is superfluous. I always figured and or did a good enough job as a comma. Thank you. I edit in Chicago Manual of Style and the Oxford comma, or serial commas, are standard. I prefer it, actually. The commas uses for pausing when reading and grouping together words, among other things. Having the Oxford comma allows you to see what is being grouped. This example from Grammarly sums it up nicely. I like my parents, Lady Gaga, and Humpty Dumpty. This implies your parents are named Lady Gaga, and Humpty Dumpty. With the Oxford comma, it reads like this: I like my parents, Lady Gaga, and Humpty Dumpty. It breaks apart the sentence, allowing for clarity and a smoother read. The English language is a written language, not phonetic like other languages, and is so complex. Understanding the minutiae of sentence structure and punctuation placement are, at times, a daunting task. But, I love my job and I am always learning something new. I enjoy these types of discussions. I like the reasoning and it now makes sense. I'm an English major undergrad and took grad courses towards my undergrad degree. Got a lot of flack for my overuse of commas. I'm probably dealing with PTSD from all those red marks. I have read your entire saga as you posted. I am glad it's over, but man, I would want her to burn in hell. I've eaten a shit sandwich and this is all I can taste. I've had nothing to be happy about for 3 months, and I am not happy now. I can only imagine where your head is right now. That abortion is like pissing in your face while you're eating the shit sandwich. Try your best to keep your head high. Find something that keeps you sane. I restore vehicles to keep my shit together, edited to add accidentally deleted part. Take your time on this. Seek therapy, it will help. I don't even know if broken is a word to use for your situation. But geez my man, she is vile. Time and patience are your best medicine right now. Just take it day by day. It's the only method to get through this. Karma will come for her. I know you don't care, but it will happen. Everyone pays a debt, one way or another. Please keep us posted. It doesn't have to be in a month or 2, but when you are ready. All the best to you my friend. I read this and your previous posts and ducking hell, this woman is evil. Let her and her lovers rot in the depths of hell. They belong there. You handled this very well. Please get a good therapist and heal yourself from this nightmare. Don't ever feel alone, the people here, myself included, are supporting you. Take care of yourself. Thanks for the update, buddy. I'm so sorry about what you had to learn in this meeting, but at least you got some closure out of this mess. Your ex-wife is nothing but a monster. Seriously, how does she look at herself in the mirror every day? She has some serious mental issues that she needs to address, otherwise she'll end up playing invisible ping pong in the loony bin or worse. Man, the hits just keep coming. It's just astonishing how low of a human being she was. That's disheartening. There's a part of me, a stupid part, I admit, that has this sneaking feeling like anyone can be redeemed if you work on it hard enough, anyone is savable. That's just not true here. I'm not saying that to jump on the pig pile, I've seen plenty of bad people, male and female. I'm just shocked at how cold-hearted her final appraisal of you was. You know, we all say that shit constantly, you are just a meal ticket, your plan B, you're the stability option, that kind of thing. It's usually true, but nobody wants to admit that out loud, and the cheater will never admit up to it. Yet, Here you are, she's admitted to every bad thing and more. That part blows me away. When her back was up against the wall, she was actually honest for a bit. I'm not going to go on and on about your story, you've already got dozens of people wishing you Godspeed and the time to heal. You already know all of that. Life is going to suck for a while, but it won't always be a shit sandwich. Find joy in the little things. Like envisioning Amber's face when she saw pictures of your ex blowing her husband. In her long confession, did she even once explain why she was taking all those crazy risks? I mean, not just getting caught, that was bound to happen, believe me, your ex was no genius. I'm talking about sex with multiple unvetted partners, with no protection, sometimes multiples in a day. Without cleaning up. Oh woo woo. Hope you're getting checked up on that. What are your plans, going forward? Are you going to stay in this locale, given how swell you've been treated by the circle of friends that you and your wife shared? Me, I'd want nothing more to do with that place. I'd move to another city, Texas being such a huge state, or maybe Colorado. Your skill set is transportable. Why the hell not? What is keeping you there? I've been tested for STD/STIs several times and will continue to get checked often. Clean so far. As for my SDBXW, I honestly think she may be mentally ill. Narcissist. Nympho. Maybe. Don't know. I'm keeping my house. It's mine. I earned it. Gonna start remodeling the interior soon. Change how it looks a bit. You know, try to exorcise the demons. Plenty of good memories here as well. I'm not going anywhere. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe.